Good morning, everybody. It's me, Waddles, and welcome to Chapter 2 of the Minecraft Guide series. In today's adventure, my friends, we're gonna set out far and wide in search of the perfect base location. While doing all of that, I'm gonna give you some tips and tricks for finding your best base ever. Down below, you let me know, what is your single most favorite biome that you ever built a base in? Mine's probably gotta be the jungle, but hopefully, if we do everything right, by the end of today's episode, we'll find a new location that'll top that infamous Minecraft Guide 3 jungle base. The stakes are higher than ever. So for our big journey today, there's not too much that we really need to pull out of the storage building and bring with us. I was thinking maybe like a map. I think mapping this stuff could be fun, but I definitely don't think I'm gonna go towards the stronghold. We'll talk about why in a minute. Based on some of the things that I've seen previously inside of this world, instead, I think it's gonna be a better bet to make a brand new map. We'll start with the map and then... Actually, I can't expand it quite yet. I'm just gonna have to bring this table with me. The home sweet home, the starter paradise. I probably should have come up with a better name for you at some point while we were living here, but you done me so well. In the last episode, we finished it all up, and in the last episode, there's a world download. If you'd like to check out all of the cool builds that we lived at for so long, then tap the join button for a little bit more info. Let's do this. Been playing for one day, been playing for 10 years, it doesn't matter. Every single search for your forever base begins with a little bit of inspiration. This inspiration, it could come from anywhere. Maybe the depths of your mind, your soul. Or maybe if you're a little bit less inspired, you could look something up on Google, like cool Minecraft builds. After perusing the catalog a little bit, you may find a build inspired by your favorite corporation. Instead of cool Minecraft builds, maybe we'll look up like cool Minecraft bases. Personally, I have a perfect vibe, a vision inside of my head that I'd like to try and create here. But if you didn't, looking at things like this might give you a little bit of inspiration. Like, do you want to build some kind of cozy underground setup? Do you maybe want to build some kind of massive sky island? I don't know. Or maybe giant storage cathedral v2. Inside of Minecraft, because how things go and how this game is, everybody's vision is a little bit different. The perfect base location is really anywhere. Aww. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Minecraft Guide. Remember to tap that like button sturdily, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Great news, the perfect base location. Well, that could really be anywhere inside of your world. If you're something more of a forest hermit yourself, then maybe the saga biome right over here at World Spawn is perfect for you. Or maybe even better, the classic plain old forest. That's nice too. On the other hand, if you're looking for a little bit more of a blank palette, if you will, the plains biome is always a great one. If you have dreams, visions of building a big city, maybe find a plains biome. These biomes are usually pretty open and relatively flat. They'll hopefully have some nice useful things nearby, but definitely at the least tons of building space. Maybe the flower forest, a super colorful, vibey biome to build in. Or maybe, just maybe, if you're a little bit nostalgic for days gone, maybe you could find a jungle biome nearby and build inside of that beautiful place. Oh man, this base, this is the Minecraft Guide Season 3 base. This is where I was really like, I feel like in my bag here, like going crazy with the builds. One of the final builds over here, like even this thing that I never fully detailed, I love is Chef's Kiss. Now, as bad as I want to find the jungle biome for that beautiful green grass color, I feel like it would be like a little bit samey to find the jungle, the old place with... Side note, it's actually crazy how beautiful this place was before Minecraft 1.18 without giant mountains or anything like that. I love the jungle biome. It's a really nice looking place, but we kind of already did that. We're gonna have to find a different location that could hopefully top this, however hard that might be. So as cool as some kind of ocean base could potentially be, I don't think that's really what I want to do. And knowing that I'm not looking for some kind of body of water for an ocean or shore base, it's off into the world to explore for us. Now inside of our world here, we haven't really explored that much. Like, I mean, I've sailed and I found the world's biggest ocean. Earlier on, we got a taste of the jungle. We found a desert and a swamp biome too. Those are really, really cool. And of course, I'm in the midst of a forest, but I don't think I necessarily want the forest. You see, it's been a little bit of time since Minecraft 1.20 has released, but I'm still kind of on fire when it comes to the cherry blossom biome. I think it's really cool, and not only do I think it's really cool, like this is a stunning, breathtaking biome because of all of the trees and everything, but also the grass color inside of this biome, and ooh, don't even get me started about the watercolor in this biome too. Having a specific biome that you kind of like the sounds of living in is an amazing spot to start. With a specific biome in mind, now I have a goal that I need to search out in my world and hopefully find. The cherry blossom and Bonzo's brother. Oh, your distant cousin, Alfonso. I did not expect to see you out here. I'm sorry, I did not have the bones with me. I'll come back for you later. Cherry Grove biome. I have a great idea as to where Cherry Grove biome is, and that blossom, though the beautiful one, it's definitely not over this way. Instead, this is a bit of an overly fixation on map side trip, we'll call it. A side quest. I need to fill this thing in. It's gonna bother me. Ooh, a plains biome. A nice, beautiful plains biome next to the ocean, too. I bet the breeze feels wonderful over here. We got a very interesting structure we're going to dive into a little bit more later. No pun intended at all. And then, maybe more importantly, we get this wonderful hilly view. We got mountain number 1, a chasm in the middle, and then mountain number 2. The curves are breathtaking. Lads, I personally would love to find the pretty pink biome. And knowing a little bit about how Minecraft generation works, and also remembering my world that I explored a little bit here, the cherry blossom biome. It typically generates up high in the mountains. And speaking of mountains, oh, that's the other thing I want. It's back over to the vision board for us. I think it's about time I reveal my grand plan for the base, at least initially. Cozy cabin near a mountain, whew, that's an immaculate vibe if I say so myself. For our base, at least initially, the vision that I have in my mind is some kind of cabin with a mountain looming ominously in the background. A little bit closer in the background, but maybe like almost the foreground, we're gonna have trees or something like that. I could add the trees myself, and maybe they're already there. You see, a couple months ago, I finished Red Dead Redemption 2 for the first time, and that game has stuck with me. It's so peaceful. At the beginning of, like, the second leg of the game, at the end, if you know, you're in this, like, peaceful valley with mountains all around it, and, yeah, that is the ultimate vibe. I'd like to try and almost, like, recreate that, but not really recreate it. In Red Dead 2, they don't really have villager society, they don't have massive iron farm, they don't have super productive melon farm, they don't have, like, any of that stuff. On the other hand, I'm probably gonna have all of that stuff inside of this world. So after you got that vision down for the type of base you want to build, the second key ingredient for finding that perfect base location is gonna be think about the style of builds that you want to build. Are you gonna build some kind of massive concrete modern city, or are you gonna build like a medieval castle or something like that? When thinking about the type of builds that you want to build, what type of wood specifically are you going to probably use a lot of? If you're planning on building a large majority of your base out of mangrove wood, the sweet stuff, it's a great idea to locate a mangrove forest biome and maybe settle down nearby or even inside of it. It's great news, the stone could be found pretty much anywhere inside of your Minecraft world, down high, up low, doesn't really matter, so that's really not as much of a factor. But if you are looking to build with a lot of deep slate, maybe find a cave that cuts all the way down to the bottom of your world and live near that thing. That might make it a little bit faster. So over here, inside of the world, I think I've been over to this part before. I remember seeing this forest, the taiga, the birch forest, and the dark oak forest in the distance. That's gonna be really useful. Oh yeah. I think I've been here. I like the idea of having all the wood types up close and nearby. When we start to build bigger builds, having the forest nearby that I could just chop down and deforest if I don't have a tree farm quite yet, which, knowing my track record, maybe I won't. The big forest. If I could have the big forest, hi baby. If I could have the big forest nearby, I think that would be really, really nice. And over here, this is kind of like the prime area. And actually, surprisingly, I'm still on the first map. Maybe I won't need the second map, that's wonderful. So thinking back to what I've seen with our world here, if I remember correctly, and I think I do, over there we should have a little bit of an ocean with like mountains, steep cliffs surrounding it. It's very nice looking. Over here we got the birch forest biome, which is definitely a biome. It's one of the biomes of all time. But mathematically and statistically speaking, this is 100% fact. It's bad luck to live inside of the birch forest biome. There is not only terrible looking trees here, a bland grass color, but also disgusting flowers. Peonies like that in Minecraft are so ugly. No. However, as we move through the birch forest biome, we start to climb into a normal forest and we find some wonderful large mountains. These things, man, these are so scenic. Of course, it's not impossible to go all IBX Toycat Pixel Riffs and build a gigantic mountain for yourself, but if you want a mountain in your background, it's a whole lot easier to just locate a mountain and settle down in front of that mountain. Locate a mountain, settle down in front of the mountain. These are kind of beautiful. This could almost fit the vision that I was talking about, except this isn't really a valley. I could always deforest it and everything, make it more like clear, but I don't know if I want to do all of that work. Nothing about this specific spot is really inspiring to me anyways. Looking at birch trees all the time? Yeah, that's not it. If you're on Minecraft Java Edition, a great tip for exploring your world, finding that perfect base location, install Optifine, then go to render distance and raise that boy up all the way if possible. The simulation distance, to offset it, will lower that down a little bit. On Bedrock Edition, just crank up your render distance all the way. I think on Bedrock, by default, you can just do 64 chunks. It's pretty insane. After that, what I want you to do is locate a high point in your world or build one. Get up. Oh, we're gonna have to be careful here. Oh, the challenge is on. Powder snow, powder snow. I look on every single block where I walk, and powder snow, you will not get me. The grove biome is a despicable place, terrible. There's powder snow all over the place. We don't like it. We will not step in a single block of it. No. As I bob and weave, dodge slowly every single patch of powder snow that exists somewhere in here, I make it slowly, inevitably, all the way up to the tip of the mountain, the peaky peak. At the peaky peak, I don't think there's any powder snow. All I see up here is a king, myself. So I'm actually low-key kind of curious. All the way up here, I wonder if I could see maybe where I came from. I mean, 64 chunks is really, really far away, but 32 chunks could see really far as is. I think if I give it time, I might actually be able to.
1 hour later.
Oh, no way. Okay, so unfortunately, I'm not going to see the base location. It's just out of view. It's going to be right down that river, I think. But I could definitely see where I was stopping and talking about the view, the nice curves of the world, everything like that. We can see so far. And I found a portal. First up, figure out what kind of base you want to build. Ocean base, forest base, whatever. After you figure that out, what kind of blocks are you going to want to have nearby? Do you want to have a lot of spruce wood and oak wood nearby? Because if yes, find those biomes and maybe try and live near them. After that, it's the scenery. What type of scenery do you want to have nearby? Do you want a mountain? Do you want a plains biome? Do you want an ocean nearby? What do you want to have? When it comes to scenery, with the render distance raised so high up and all the way up at the top of the world, ooh, that's a big cave. Oh, that's a dripstone cave. We can make a lava farm. Oh, that's beautiful. Anyways, all the way up here with the render distance so high, I can see everything in the world. I'm looking for some wonderful mountains, and I definitely think I found some. In fact, that one gets so tall. I don't think I'm planning on, playing with my render distance cranked up to 64, though. That's a little insane. So we're gonna have to get closer to the mountains if I want to, be able to see them. Cherry blossom?
Beautiful blossom.
So running around a little bit here inside of this world, we found this mountain a long time ago. I remember when I found this mountain, this is where I got the first, cherry wood from, right over there. And there was, a round part of the mountain. Let me see if I can find it. Oh, actually, check it. You can kind of see it on the map, I think. The round part of the mountain was this area right over here. I really like these bowl mountains, or whatever you want to call them. I don't know. I call it a bowl mountain because it kind of reminds me of a cereal bowl or something. We chopped the first cherry trees right here, and that's beautiful. That wall in the background with the cherry leaf that still has to decay days and days later. Yeah, that looks so good. I wish I could live here, but I feel like it's a little bit too small. I wish this area was wider, bigger. If it was, I would live here, but unfortunately, it's not. But the cherry blossom biome, check this out. The oak tree has grown into the cherry blossom a little bit, and the leaf color. You can see a beautiful thing here. The leaf color is something that is unchangeable in Minecraft. The final thing that you want to consider when looking for a base location is something that I would like to call the unchangeables. We're talking watercolor, we're talking grass color, we're talking specific type of leaf color like oak trees, and maybe even future. We're talking 1.21 or 1.20.2, things like villagers. Unfortunately, most biomes in Minecraft don't really have unique type of villagers, but the swamp biome, the jungle biome, it definitely does. And of course, the other natural villager biomes, they got it too. If you want to have those unique type of villagers by your base, or easily by your base, maybe settle down near a swamp or a jungle or something like that. Now, the cherry blossom biome is beautiful, but this one is really, really small. This one over there, that looks absolutely massive. We're gonna have to jump down a little bit and probably climb back up here, but that's gorgeous looking. Look at how the particles slowly and romantically drift down into the valley. I don't think there is anything that will beat that right there. Ah, boy, the unchangeables. In survival, there's no way to change the natural grass tint of a biome. There's also no way to change the natural watercolor of a biome. If you're planning on incorporating that into your build, you want to have grassy fields nearby or something, then pick a biome with grass color that you really like. Probably my favorite grass color in all of the game has got to be the jungle one. It's so rich and green, but unfortunately, that's not going to work. My second favorite right now, I think it's actually the cherry blossom. I like the tone of green. It's a little bit warmer, but lighter at the same time. And the water inside of that biome, ooh, is so good looking. That's not the cherry blossom, by the way. That was just water. Gosh, guys, I don't know. I feel like I've been talking so much in today's episode. How about a fish time lapse? Look, I think it's about time I show you the specific image of inspiration for our base inside of this world. Voila, this thing right here. I forget exactly what I googled to find this thing. Ah, that's what it was. A lone cabin by a mountain. It's poetic, it's romantic, it's artistic, but it's also strong and solitary. This right here, this is the vibe that I'm going for our base, at least at first. One day, we'll have so many different farms and buildings built, and it'll be awesome. Like, that's a building, that's a building, that's a building. But for now, this is what I want to start with. I want to have a cabin on, like, a cliff, or, like, near a cliff, with a lot of trees nearby. That'll be cool. We got big mountains in the background. That'll be very, very scenic, and then, if possible, the big, steep, like, caverns, fjords, if you will, in between the mountains. That'll look great. I'll show you how to get a goat horn in this world, and then I'll use the goat horn, blow it through all of the fjords of this world. In fact, perhaps maybe a fjord that looks something like this right here. It'll echo. Oh, you'll be able to hear it everywhere inside of the world, and yeah, I just think it'll look beautiful. Once you get a little bit closer to wherever you're going to live, set your render distance back to whatever you play it on. Of course, if I had the render distance unreasonably high, I might be skewed, thinking I could see like a distant mountain, but unfortunately, I just can't. However, distant mountain, not so distant mountain. I see a mountain really close up that looks really, really beautiful. If we end up settling up here at this base, we're going to be high up, 120. But I think that could be cool, and oh my gosh, wow. That's beautiful. The bees buzzing, giving a little bit of ambiance to this area. Oh, that's wonderful. I love it. They're spinning and dancing happily. The big, deep fjord right here with oars all over the side. Oh, that's awesome. I almost legally couldn't even take them. They look so good there. Oh, no. What am I seeing up here? As I start to move higher up in the mountain, I get a taste of a brand new biome. One we haven't really talked about. Eventually, I got a cool idea for an episode, and it has to do with this place. The Dripstone Cave is right nearby, and ooh, big nearby, right off the bat. Wow. That's a whole dripstone cave, all of them. Haha, that's cool. And oh, no way. As I turn, I take a breath so I can, like, talk more. I heard a creeper. No. No, that's a bad omen. That's a terrible sign. Stop it. Don't ruin the mountain. This is a protected land. Oh, the rain, too. Oh, no. Oh, the thunder. Oh, heck no. Absolutely not. Hold on, I'll be back. Alright, bad luck signs aside, I'm a superstitious man. That was not good. 2 bad signs. Bad luck aside, as I turned around, look at what I see. The Dripstone Cave biome spills out into the fjord. You don't see that every day. Look at that. That's so cool. And over there, too? Oh, no. I might have to, like, get Dripstone and, like, add to this terraforming in the future. That could be so cool. We got a couple bad run-ins with some bad luck things, but over here, this biome, this is looking absolutely massive. There's more cherry wood than I could ever dream of harvesting here. And even better, there's a beautiful mountain right in the background. And even better, a beautiful fjord in the foreground. Look, lads, I don't know for sure. Gonna have to poke around and maybe dive into this biome a little bit more. Oh, look at how good it looks on the map, though, with the pink. Oh, that's cool. I'm gonna have to dive into the biome a little bit more and check it out. I don't know if cows are gonna be here. Might have to import those, but... oh, wow. It's just like... it just goes and goes and goes, and you get a huge mountain. Oh, that peaceful music. It begins playing. I think it's a sign. Look what I think oh, wow. Oh, it gets high and low and taller and shorter. I think there's only one thing I need to do here, and that's going to be tower up a little. Oh, my gosh. Oh, my gosh. It's beautiful. I think it's perfect. Huge rolling hills right there in the background. Wow, these are so peaceful. I can hear Bon Iver echoing throughout the summits right here. Wow. Forever ago. Oh, it's beautiful. Yeah, I think this is it. I think we did it. I mean, that's a little ugly, but we could add to that later. If theoretically I do settle down here, I get not only one of the most beautiful map colors of all time, I get a lot of blank palette space for building, and definitely bees on those trees too. I get cherry wood, I get oak wood, birch wood a little bit, and spruce wood too. If my psychic intuition leads me correct, I do remember there being a dark oak forest biome nearby too, which is absolutely beautiful. I think, lads, we found it. The ultimate Minecraft 1.20 base location, and the perfect base forever. Like a wonderful one with Sweet Donkey and all, from Minecraft Guide Season 4. Imagine this, right there where those trees are, I tear them down. I demolish the trees, I chop them out of the way, and sitting right there, we get a humble starter cabin, V2, that's a little bit more of a mansion. It looks out down the fjord and looks over to that super intriguing cliff that I gotta check out at some point. We get a huge hill off in the distance that way, more cherry blossoms and more forest, and land that we don't even have to terraform. Like, it's just beautiful as is. Of course, you never know, too. Being inside of a giant mountain, you could find a cave that cuts all the way deep down, or not. But even more importantly, big giant mountain, it's high probability we had a deep dark biome nearby, too. That's even. And so, lads, I think we've done it. We started with a vision for the area that I would like to build in. Then, of course, I considered my build style. I didn't talk too much about it today, because, I mean, I can't give it all away. I'll tell you more later. In Minecraft, I set out exploring with my exploration essentials, you know, things like a bed and maybe a map. I explored until eventually I found the perfect location that has both the blocks that I want nearby and the vibe. Blocks and vibe, it's also got the scenery, the hard things to recreate, so like something like big cavern, something like big mountain, check, I got that. And then finally, to put the icing on top of that cake for us here, it's got the unchangeables that I love. It's got a great grass tone, it's got a beautiful watercolor, something like that right there. The villagers here, they're just gonna be plain generic ones, but I do consider that too. Look, long story short, I put my bed down and declare this home sweet home. So lads, laddies, legends, what do you think about the base location? Is this the vibe or is it maybe not? You let me know what you think down below. In between episodes, I'm gonna make a trek back over to the starter base and grab some essential supplies. It's gonna be a little bit difficult to move all of the supplies back from home, which is diagonally that way, over to here, but it'll be worth it. Going forward here, pretty much everything, or at least like a lot of the things that we end up building, iron farm, villager breeders, you know, things like that, it'll probably mainly be built over here. I do plan on building some cool outposts inside of this world too. Thank you all so much for watching this episode of the Minecraft Guide, and now it's time for the comment of the day. For today's comment of the day, I'm pulling this comment from a couple episodes back because I think it's such a genius idea. Always take an ally along with you when using the Eye of Ender during the stronghold search. The little guy will quickly find where it lands if it didn't evaporate. Wow, my lad, my friend, my purple dinosaur looking thing. That is, well, that's genius. And the ally, I forgot about that thing. That exists, right? And so finally, my long trek back home sweet home is finished. Hopefully I'm gonna be able to bring like everything I need in essentially one trip here. Bonzo, we're gonna have to be careful to move you. I can't decide if I want to ride Camelotto all the way back over. Anyways, though, that's it. By the time you see me next episode, we'll be back over at home sweet home and ready for one of the most beautiful builds of this entire world. I'll see you then. Smash like, subscribe, patrons get early access to the episodes, channel members get downloads, and I'll see you tomorrow. Goodbye, everybody.